Well met. Hey, what's going on? It's Tech Maki, and this is another episode of Lapis Times. So it's been a while, and you guys know why I've watched one of my most recent videos. But let's get back into this. Let's try to get some news out there. You know, get my perspective on the whole update we got. Because sweet Jesus, we got a lot of stuff coming after maintenance. So I'm going to start off with the Dangerous Woman Tour update. Good old Ariana Grande. She's coming back to Lapis. Probably not going to get any flavor text or any text at all with the event, but whatever. We are getting a new dungeon, and yeah, the event starts on Friday the 14th and goes until the 21st, which is it's not that bad. I mean, it's about a good week of finishing the event if you haven't, or just getting in there and doing the event and getting your Ariana Grande, or you know, it's just you having to take the time and to do the newest dungeon that's coming out. So as I keep saying, new dungeon, that means new rewards, and I guess it's kind of like an enhancement or an upgrade to Dangerous Ariana. So these are the rewards that you get for completing the new dungeon, which I think is called the stage. Hopefully it's a little harder than the last one. Maybe bringing in, you know, a little bit more challenge to it, though unlikely, since I can see you see one of the clears conditions there. But either way, so if you clear the new dungeon, you get 100 Lapis, which who can, you know, shy away from free cash, right, or free currency. And then if you have Dangerous Ariana in the party, which that's a pretty easy condition, you get the Materia Encore, which is magic plus 15% and HP plus 10%. And then on Dangerous Ariana, you get Dual Cast, which to me is a very good skill for her. That was something she was sorely lacking when she was first released. Kind of sucks that it's going to be on her as a Materia, because then that means you're also wasting a slot on that. But at least she is getting bonus stats. HP plus 10% is something that she needs. She has a very, very low HP pool, and of course you're getting that MP plus magic plus 15%. And if you're not using it on Ariana, it's still not that bad for a character to have on them. You know, one of your mages, if you're using mages. And then you have the condition for no abilities used, which kind of speaks to me that it's really not going to be that hard, unless, you know, I don't know if they count spells as abilities. So who knows? Anyway, you get a 5% trust mogul for that, which I'm not going to be upset about. Thanks. And then if you can clear it without anybody dying, which I hope you can, you get a rare summon ticket, which is kind of cool. It's another chance to try and get Fravia, since I think that banner will still be up. Next up, we're going to talk about something I'm really ready to get into. I love the trials, kind of like my buddies that I usually stream with, and yeah, I just love little challenges, so I'm gonna try to finish all the conditions at once. But that would be the Dark Esper trial. So we have Dark Ifrit and Dark Siren. It's gonna be a lot of fun fighting both of these at once. Don't know if the difficulty is gonna be a little harder or a little easier than Greg. I imagine that the difficulty continues to ramp up as trials go on. So we'll see. And it should be harder because, you know, you are fighting two enemies at once. But this is where you can start getting creative with your builds, creative with the way that you play the game. This is a good time for Freya's TM to shine, since I think it's called Angel Earrings? I think that's what it's called. Either way, it has dark resistance on it, which could be very useful, since I believe they use a lot of dark spells. So I actually know nothing about how the Dark Espers themselves work, since I don't play the JP side, but I have been looking forward to this, because this is also where Orlando is going to crush some shit with his Excaliburs, or at least the Durandal or Holy Lance, whatever you have equipped on him. Should do a little bit more damage. But either way, first up, we're going to talk about Dark Siren. She's weak to fire. She does have some confusion attacks, so you can definitely start thinking about bringing out Mary, or who else has or just some characters that have immunity to confusion. So that would, or, you know, time to crack up those ribbons, discernments, or a goddess protection. She does use powerful water and dark combo attacks. Be sure to bolster your attack, blah, blah, blah. Of course, this is also a good time. If you don't have Mary, you can definitely use Minfilia. She does have I think she's one of the only characters right now that has the ability to cast like a bar dark spell. So that will be very useful if you don't want to bring Mary into it. Even though I think she does, I think Love You All will increase all elemental resistances as well. So it's not necessarily a bar darka kind of thing, similar to what Minfilia has, but it'll definitely do the job. Plus, she can also reduce, elemental resistances of the enemy. So you can use her in conjunction with Orlando, since I love my boy Thunder God Sid, and you can get in there. Plus, she has that weakness to Bird Killer, so this is a great time to either use one of your archers, like I guess Cupid Artemios, if you really want to crack that out. Maybe throw on a bow, killer bow, one of the other bows that are TMs or something, and get in there and start plugging away. Or you can definitely pull out Furion, because the dude's just pimp at 6-star now. Then we have good old Dark Esper, and he's weak to ice. He uses powerful fire, dark combo attacks, blah blah blah, same thing. Beast Killer will be very effective on him. So again, this is another time for Furion to come out, and again, you can use Mary, Minfilia, whichever of the support characters that will buff up your elemental resistance and hopefully debuff the enemy. Now on debuffs, I do know that it kind of works the same way as, or not the same way, I guess it works, it's not like Greg, it's more that you don't want to debuff specific stuff on one or the other, and I guess you also don't want to kill them separately, or not separately, but too far apart, because if you kill one, the other one is going to enrage. Anyway, that's irrelevant. We'll get into that once we actually have the trial, and we can get in there and see if they change anything from the JP side compared to the global side. It's going to be very interesting to see how this is going to work out. I'm really excited about doing this. I wanted to get in there and try to clear all the conditions again in a single go like I did Greg, but we'll see. Either way, if you can clear you clear it, period, you're going to get the Ifrit's Claw, which is attack plus 30, HP plus 10, fire resistance plus 20%, and it nullifies blind. So awesome piece of gear right there. It's almost on par with HP percentage with Bracer, but I would almost say this is better. This is almost, I think it is better than a Bracer, unless you were really using the Bracer specifically for HP percentage. This is a great piece of gear. Nullifying blind is great. You don't know how many times I've ran into fights at least, and somebody blinds my physical attackers, and I'm just sitting there like, no, why, man, why? So I think this is pretty good. People are really gonna like that piece of gear, especially on their physical attackers, to bump them up a little bit more. And then if you can clear the initial clear reward for just clearing the quest as well is 100 Lapis. So cool. And then we have the accomplishment rewards, kind of like we had introduced with Greg. So if you can evoke Siren and Ifrit, which I don't know how difficult that's going to be, if you have a way to generate summon orbs during the fight easily, then this shouldn't be too complicated, because it's not like you have to actually kill them with said Espers. All you have to do is summon them, so you just can take a turn, use some fire, use some wind attack, and then roll on with the fight. I think the harder ones of these mission accomplishments would be the clear without being KO'd. Not sure how well that, how hard the fights are. If they have something like Greg does, where he just instantly kills somebody or the entire team. And then of course there's the 5-man party thing. That one might be a little easier than the other one, because you can just take somebody out of your normal party and bring a strong friend unit if you're lacking on damage, or a support character or something. But looking at this, these conditions are going to be very fun to clear. Next up with that, also I think that we have Zahn, which is kind of cool. I know a lot of people have been using him for the Greg fight, seeing how well his was it Twist of Fate works out. I've been personally using him in the arena, just stealing people's buffs from the FFBE units, and then applying it to my party. And it's kind of cool because you can actually buff the party up, I think, 3 times until the effect duration runs out. So you can make your dude strong as hell. So Zahn wouldn't be a bad character to pull in here. Again, Minfilia, Mary. I still think Ling would be nice. Ling's always nice. What am I talking about? Anyway, But yeah, be creative, and we'll see if maybe I can take a stab at a guide on one of these at one point. Though it's probably not going to be very, very free to play, but we'll see. Anyway, next up we have the second week of the Egg Seekers event, the Easter event that's going on right now. The first week we already know what happened. You know, we had like all those recipes to make. We had the gear that we can obtain, and now you should still be egg farming if you're trying to get some TMRs for Aiden or Zahn or Fravia, whichever you're trying to shoot for, and hopefully everybody got the Fravia they wanted. But now we have week 2, and there should be new rewards, and that also kind of brings me into the next part, which is going to be the crysts that they have, which you can get heavy crysts from the summons now. I don't know if that means they're taking anything out, or maybe they're just adding this in, but this means that we have our way to do our ability awakenings, or what used to be referred to as enhancements. So, like I said, we're moving on. We have the ability awakening update, which is coming tomorrow, after the update is done, if I'm not mistaken. So those are the available characters that are going to get ability awakenings, and I'm okay with the choice, I guess, though I would have preferred to see, say, Ramza on the list, but I guess that's not going to be for a little bit. Either way, I am very intrigued about a few of the characters, and with the ability awakenings, we're also getting a new banner, which thankfully I don't have to pull on, and that is the Awakened Warriors banner, which I guess it kind of falls into the whole ability awakening thing. Maybe that's why they're calling this the whole thing. But either way, they all go up to 6-star, and there's only one 5-star base on the banner. You have Lightning, which this is, I think, her 3rd or 4th banner she's been on. I think this is her 3rd banner. I'm not sure. I think it's the 3rd though. So if you don't have Lightning by now, here's your chance. If you're new, here's your chance to get Lightning. I am so staying away from this banner. I've already, no thank you. And then we have Mercedes, which if any of y'all have been around for my Noctis videos, you know how we got her. And then there's 7, which she's going to be an interesting character to have your ability awakenings. And then we have Medius, good old Growth Egg Medius, good old dual-handed gun Medius that didn't have dual wield. Well, they decided to change some of that shit. So we're going to go ahead and look at the page, or the update information they gave us about those specific characters. First off is Lightning, right? So we have Lightspeed getting an awakening from you get an awakening 1 and awaken 2. First one is evading. It gives you the chance to evade magic. Before, Lightspeed was just, I think it was like a 20% chance to evade physical attack. Now you're getting the chance to evade magic, which is kind of cool. She'll be one of the few characters that has the ability to evade magic if you choose this. No, I don't think it's a wise decision. But and then after that, you have for Awakening 2, you have the increase in chance to evade magic. Again, I still don't think this is one of the good choices. Next up is Area Blast. I love Area Blast personally because it's very nice for chaining, even though it is kind of slow. But it'll boost the damage a little bit, and then it'll boost the damage a second time. I still think this is a poor choice if you're going to do any upgrades. Next up we have Crushing Blow, which I think it's the best option for upgrading her if you're looking at just making her into pure damage. Now you could hear me out. Some of y'all are gonna be like, why would you even choose Lightspeed? But you could, if you wanted to, become the ultimate troll in the arena and just piss some people off, by dropping in that Lightspeed Awakening 2. If you really feel like, if you have another account somewhere that you just haven't been playing, and you have about 2 million gil, go ahead and just do some egg farming and make a full evasion team, and then some lightning, one lightning that can actually evade magic and just sit there and beat on people. That would be funny, wouldn't it? Anyway, moving on. We then have Mercedes, and that's Mercedes. We have the Axe Mastery upgrade, which is kind of cool. It's going to boost some damage for Axe Mastery. So if she's equipped with a good axe or her own TM, she's going to get a little bit more damage out. But again, it says on these, I'm not really sure what the percentages are. We don't know if they're going to change anything from JP to global. So I'm not going to state what the actual numbers are going to be. But low just sounds bad to me. If it's an upgrade for low, that doesn't sound like sounds like a 5% increase. You know what I'm saying? Which to me, that's what it seems like. So I wouldn't do that. Or even 10%. Just, I mean, I don't know. I would stay away from that one. But then we have Sea King's Chop, boost damage amount. Great, that sounds awesome. And then boost water resistance reduction amount. Great, again, awesome. And these can they can work very well in tandem with, say, like Tidus and her together. Whenever he comes out. And then you have Warcry. Now, this might be the best one, but I think it's moot because when Ramza comes out, he should have, provided they don't change anything, an upgraded form of his Hero's Rhyme that will completely make this skill irrelevant. Because I personally wouldn't want to take the turn if she's going to be doing damage to increase everybody's attack by 100% when Ramza will be doing the same thing, plus other stuff. So I would probably pick Sea King's Chop if that's the character that you're choosing to do an ability awakening on. Then we have good old Seven, the other looking lightning chick, with Elemental Lash, which is kind of cool. I think that's an interesting one. If you were looking at setting her up, I guess you'd be more like tailoring her to become a more of a support debuffing character. But you can boost the damage amount, and then you can increase the amount of resistance that's dropped, so then your characters can technically be doing more damage. I don't know if that's the one I would choose. I think I would go with Osmo Slash because I love the arena, and that's to boost the amount of damage. Low, not a big deal, but then the kicker is that now for Awakening 2 it will target everyone, and that to me sounds fun. Dual wielded, you can just sap the mana out of the entire team. You will never have to worry about a Blizzard Flask going off again, or a Fire Flask. Ling, on the other hand, is just going to annoy you still. But you'll never have to worry about Noctis doing some stuff if you go first and you have her. And then you have Yakabe, which boosts all our elemental resistance. It's mid, which doesn't sound too bad. That 2 mids, that equals a great to me, right? So that's not horrible, but I think I would stay away from that one too, because you have other characters that do those things, like Mary, like Minfilia, or even Sirius. So you have those characters to do that. Now you have the one that the next one is the one I'm most intrigued with, but probably the one that I'm not going to touch unless we find out that we can actually farm up enough to do more than one character from, you know, getting these crisps and whatnot. So that is Medius, and Medius's ability awakenings I do find interesting. I'm intrigued. I'm not intrigued with auto limit. I care less about that one. If you like his LB, cool, knock yourself out. But the one that out of the 3 here that I really want to try, but probably won't get to, is Gunmaster, and that's going to increase the attack percentage of his Gunmaster. Low, again, that might be 5 or 10%. That's going to bring him up to a total of like 25 or 30%. That's kind of meh, but the fact that he'll be able to equip 2 guns will make me happy. So you can slap on 2 Ramadans, Mustadio's TM, or 2 Sparkies, or whatever weapon that you want to slap in there if you want to give him a try. Maybe you have a soft spot for Medius. I hear hashtag Medius Lives Matter. That's what I saw earlier in the stream. I don't condone Medius Live Matters because they kind of don't. But I did level mine to 100. Well, yeah, I leveled mine to 100. That's right. I'm working on Cheesery finally. So I'm tempted. But yeah. Next up we have Hyperfire. Boost damage amount. Low. Boost damage amount again. Low. Increased MP consumption. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of that one at all. It seems Hyperfire just not very. I think Gunmaster is the way to go. Anyway, next up we have the Friends Point event that's going down. Now the Friends Point event I think is very overdue. They really need to do these more often because I don't know how long I've been sitting at maximum Friends Points because I just got tired of summoning Friends Points or Friends units. So this is great. There's a good chance you can get some metal Minitars, some metal Cactars, some metal Gigantars, and then the plethora of turtles that you're probably going to get because the game loves to give turtles. Really loves to give turtles. I don't know if anybody's else having the issue with the Easter event right now, but it's like you get more turtles than anything. The the 4-star thing always turns into a freaking turtle. You know, anyway, that event's coming up. So that's cool. It'll be here for what? It looks like a week. Well, a little longer than a week, so that's cool. You can get some metal Gigantars hopefully out of that, or just a whole bunch of turtles. And then we have the Cactar Dunes. So it just looks like more and more Cactars. Like right now we have the Easter event. The Easter event's still going to be going, and if they don't take out the Cactars, you're still going to get Cactars, most likely turtles. But you're going to get some Cactars out of that. Then you have the Friends Point event. That's more more Cactars. And then you have the Cactars Dunes for no turtles, just Cactars. And that, and of course, it's the upgraded Cactar Dunes now, where we're just getting a whole bunch of Cactars, metal bastards all over the place. Love it. But yeah, either way, maintenance is going down tonight, which is really odd. Usually maintenance happens on Wednesdays, or at the latest a Thursday. But yeah, I guess we're gonna have some long ass maintenance tonight, so get it in right now. Do all your egg farming. If you want to, this is your chance to try to get some TMRs, or save your eggs for tomorrow, when or I think it's tomorrow when we get the second week. So yeah, make sure you visit. Make sure you go see Zahn. Make sure you go to the inn, see what new stuff they got, and then make your decision. Tomorrow, what you're gonna be doing with that. But either way, it's been fun. I'm glad to be doing this again, and yeah, I'll see you guys hopefully next week. You know what I'm saying? Maki out.